We're recording now. No, I lost my train of thought. We were focused on just getting people signed up, warm bodies to fill those spots. And we only needed 2 people who was really going to build the business because we needed those people to go Emerald. Or we were signing up, 12 coaches, putting mom on one side, dad on one side, and then we were building their Emerald for them. Who did that? Who has been there, done that, signed up warm bodies, and your business collapsed, right? Because you built your business on sand. It wasn't a solid foundation. And for those of you who are new to this business, brand new coaches coming in, this is, your new focus, or if you've been here for a while and you want to do this the right way, then I want to focus on, not just bringing in warm bodies, but bringing in people who want what you want. So I am going to post the Solid Diamond Roadmap in our in Inspired Belief. It's already in there, but I'm just going to pull it back up again. And it is, of course, you're 8 coaches, but 2 emeralds on each side. That A, sets up, a more solid foundation. B, it brings in more people. It's a more solid way of doing it. But behind bringing in these people is the vision that you have for your business. And this is not something that I did when I was building to Diamond. I had no idea what kind of vision I had for my business. For a long time, I didn't know what vision I had for my business. But I feel like when you are trying to bring in people, if you have a solid vision for your business that you can share with people, that they can get on board with, then that is going to bring in more solid, active people who really do want to work their business. And you're not just signing up Mom, Dad, Uncle Joe, and Aunt Mary. I'm on a team call, okay? I need you to go play. Well, okay, you can say hello, but then you got to go. All right, baby, go play. So that's what I want you all to focus on, is start to figure out what vision you have for your business, what you want your team to be like, the kinds of people that you want to be on your team. If you've been around for a while, you've seen the avatar. We've built avatars. If you haven't been around for a while, I'll post that too on how to build your avatar. But I want you to be more specific with the kinds of people that you want to bring in. And I want those specific details or characteristics to align with your vision for your business. So, if your avatar includes women who are married, or your market, whatever, includes women who are married, this, that, and the other, be more specific about those. And I have a slide that I'm going to share as well that shows you the difference between, just saying these broad, ambiguous characteristics and dialed in to what you really want characteristics. So, if you want women, then know what age group you're going for. If you want, a specific, you just want to be as specific as possible. I know I'm not doing very well with explaining, but the slide makes really good sense. But it all needs to align with your vision. So like for me, my vision for my business is creating a team of women who want to build confidence in other women. So that's something that I talk about a lot in my post. Everything that I am putting out there now is talking about building confidence in today's woman. So when I bring someone into this business, that's going to be one of their core things that they want, in themselves and want to share. So, that is one of my specifics. So I will be talking to women who don't have confidence or who want to build confidence. So that is a part of my team vision. And I feel like the women who are here kind of already align with that, and I'm just now developing that part of it. I also want to build a team of women who want to be dreamers and doers and believers, who want to invest in themselves so that they can invest in others. I want women who are ready to build, financial freedom and want to do the work that it takes to get out there or to get that done. So those are things that I'm going to be putting out there in my post to attract the women who have those same beliefs, that have that same vision that I have. So when you're making posts, you know exactly who you're talking to and you're bringing in exactly who you want. My age range is 25 to 40. Or not even 40, 38, if we're being honest. That's the age range of women that I want to work with. And so knowing what those women are wanting out of life and what aligns with my goals, those are the kinds of posts that I'm going to be making in order to attract that type person. Will I take someone younger than 25? Absolutely. Will I take someone older than 38? Sure. But when I am trying to recruit and I want to recruit people who are like me and want the same things as I want, then that's typically the age range of people that, are going to want and be in the same kind of season of life that I'm in. Another thing that I want us to talk about is doing the actions of a diamond coach, knowing what you need to be doing in order to build a team, and go ahead and be doing those things so that as you are developing into that leader, you already are comfortable there. And because I feel like a lot of times we go from being a leader to being a manager, and especially when you bring in people who don't have the same drive or the same vision, and you're like trying to pull them along and manage them. Hey, did you make your post today? Hey, did you do your personal development today? That is not your job as a leader. Your job is not to make sure everyone is doing their job. Your job is to be the example, to set the example, and to be the, there's a specific word that I wanted. To set the example, to be the example, to be the guide for what needs to be happening. So if you're bringing in people who align with your vision and want the same things that you want, then you're not having to micromanage everyone, and you don't feel as stressed out and like you're dragging your business along, because those people are going to be duplicating the same actions that you're duplicating, and it won't feel so, you won't feel so lost. Because I know when I first started building a team, I built a diamond basically on discounts. I had one or two people who really wanted to work the business, but I had no idea how to be a leader. I had no idea how to, what actions I needed to be doing to teach them, to help them grow their businesses. So knowing those actions, knowing what a diamond coach does, knowing what a leader does is going to be crucial. And I have a slide for that too. You feel like that's your problem? You don't know what to do to lead your team? Exactly. And we've all talked for years and years and years, like, we all need a new onboarding system. I like to sign coaches, but I don't know what to do with them when they get here. So formulating something that you can give them in order to help them get started. My focus right now for all of my new coaches is social media, because anybody can, the 4 vital behaviors, of course, but social media, sharing your story. Because a lot of the problem that people feel like, or the people are having, is that they feel like they're having to sell the product, and they're not really connecting or relating or putting their vision out there. And that's where I feel like a lot of, we as leaders are, dropping the ball and not creating these teams that we want. So that is my main focus right now, is the 4 vital behaviors, getting people to, do their workouts, do their personal development, drink their shakes, get in a challenge group, but sharing their journey on social media, sharing, not selling on social media, is my main focus. A lot of the business stuff, I used to tag people in the Getting Started Right checklist, and it was like all these videos about Success Club and commission and, all of like the business side of it. I am getting away from that almost completely. I'm having them plug into the training tab in the back office. If you have not checked out the training tab in the back office, please go and do that. It walks you through step by step every rank, the things you need to know, the actions you need to be taking, the leadership ladder. So I'm having them individually do those things on their own. I've always been, not one to be a hand holder or Never really been one for training because I feel like it's overwhelming and more frustrating than helpful, especially when corporate gives us the training tools right there in the back office. So I'm having all of my new coaches plug themselves into that training. It's self-paced. Everything that they need is right there. All of the information that they need for how the business actually runs is right there. So that way I am not trying to teach everyone the compensation plan and all of that stuff. They can do that research on their own. I want to focus on getting them to connect with people, getting them to be able to share their story, create their vision for their team, and dialing into their goals and then creating actions to get them to their goals. And that's what I want us to do on these diamond calls is, each week come on and talk about our vision, talk about the posts that we're putting out there, and how to really zone in on your why and how to translate that into a vision so that we can bring in the right kind of people. All right, so I've rambled like a really long time, and I want this to be interactive. Is there anything that I have not said that you wanted to hear, or a question you need answered, or anything you want to add, especially from any of the leaders on here that are star diamond or diamond or solid diamonds, whatever?
Can everyone hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Am I good? Okay. So I know I saw in the chat that a few people said they didn't know how to be leaders. And I don't want, a diamond rank to feel like that defines you as a person or as a leader, because it doesn't. I fail every single day as a leader. And I mean, you guys know that. Like, I'm not perfect. Neither is Courtney, neither is Lindsay. No one is perfect. So I don't want that fear to be what's holding you back from reaching diamond, if it is. I want you guys to realize, like, this is a team effort. You're doing this for yourself, but also as a team, so it's just a mindset thing, I think, for some of you guys. I don't want you to feel like if you don't do things a certain way, you're failing your team, because let's be honest, like, we cannot please everyone. We all work different, and maybe some things I do that you guys, it doesn't work for you, and that's okay. You just kind of have to find the rhythm and, and just go with it. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I want to get away from all of the stress of like trying to train people and trying to kind of force people into this. And I want it to be natural, and I want it to be fun, and I want it to be just community and growth, and everyone being on the same page to create and back up, the mission of Team Beachbody. We want to help people live healthy and fulfilling lives. That includes us too. So that's why I feel like having a vision for your team and for the what you want for your future to look like, and the future of your team to look like, and the future of your business to look like, that's what's going to bring people in. The people who share that same vision as you, and not want to just sell the product for a quick buck. I mean, we have seen in 2016 like the great cleanse of the people who were in it for the wrong reasons, and now we're left with the people who are legitimately here for that purpose. So how do y'all feel about that? Like, just really developing that and sharing that.
I mean, I know that you shared like your part whenever you first became a diamond, and for me it was kind of the same way. Like, I built to diamond on a lot of discount coaches. I mean, two of the emeralds that I had did it for me. They had no idea what they were doing, but they knew that I had a goal to reach, and they were like, what do I need to do? And I told them, and they did it. And so obviously you're not going to always find those people that will just do things because you want them to, right? But it is important to share your vision. And that's what I am now getting back to, with, sharing on Facebook. Like, it's my vision of what I want for, my life in a year, my family's life. And I think that's important because so many people they think they're stuck in a job, you know, and they're really not, but they don't have this vision for their life. They just think that, you know, they have to do this certain thing and they're stuck, you know. So I think it's super, super important to share that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. So to just like recap everything, so we're going to work on creating a vision for our team, and that is going to bleed into every post that you make. It's, you know, especially recruiting posts. But it's also, you know, that's also going to help with, you know, bringing in challengers. And we know that challengers make the best coaches. When we bring in people, help them get results, create advocates for the product, give them a good experience in the challenge group, and create that community, then the transition from customer to coach is generally easy, because they're already invested in themselves. They're already, you know, an advocate for the product. So why not take that step and sharing it? And in your challenge group, if you're creating that same vision or creating a challenge group that aligns with that same vision for your team, then bringing those people over will be, you know, almost seamless and natural. But I mean, you know, developing customers to coaches is, you know, it takes time. So being able to create posts and invite to the business first has always been harder for me, but it's also going to bring in more, you know, people faster that want to work faster. So we're going to create the vision for our team. If you don't already have an avatar, or if you do have an avatar and it needs to be more specified, then we're going to work on that as well. And then creating the list of people that you want, your 12 coaches that you want. You know, it could be current challengers, it could be family members, it could be people that you see in your Facebook that you're like, God, she'd make a good coach, but I'm terrified to message her. These all are people that are going to be on your list. And you don't want just a list of 12 people. You want it like a long list, because the 12 people that you want to work with aren't going to jump on right away. I know that I have kicked myself so many times because there's that one person that would be fantastic, and I was too afraid to ask her, and now she's either A, on somebody else's team, or B, repping another company. So we're going to talk a lot about getting past fear. I want these calls to be a place where you can come in and say, hey, you know, there's this girl, I don't know what to say to her, or guy, you know, I don't know what to say to them. You gotta get new people. We're going to be expanding our markets. So I want this to be a place where we can come in and say, you know, this is where I'm at. This is what I've said. You know, share conversations back and forth and get other people's take on it. Lisa says, what if you've reached out to those people that are on your list numerous times and they said no? They stay on your list, but you add new people to your list. It took Lindsay a year talking to me. A year. Stephanie, a year. It just takes some people time. Every no is a not right now. We know that. But we don't have a year to sit around and wait on, you know, our dream team to decide they want to be on our dream team. So constantly adding to your market is going to be huge. You know, creating a market from a secondary social media platform is necessary almost, especially if you've been here for a while. Just start with the people that you have. If you need to branch out, then we need to start looking into other ways of growing your market, either through Facebook ads or creating a secondary social media market, something like that. But I mean, everyone can throw their ideas out here. I know I'm just now getting into Instagram and creating a pretty decent following over there. Facebook ads, I'm boosting more posts. I'm creating a following there. So if anybody has ideas on how to expand your market, then that is definitely something that I want us to talk about in here. Now, I want this to be an open forum where everybody comes together and shares their ideas and shares their, what they're doing to reach this place. I mean, I don't have all the answers. I'll be honest, I don't have all the answers. I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing. I've made a goal that I'm just going to keep rebuilding Diamond over and over and over so that I can rebuild and regrow my business. So I am right here with you. I have made several posts, in my challenge groups that I'm going to start talking more about the business and things like that. So there for a while, I wouldn't post anything in my challenge groups about the business because I didn't want anyone to feel pressured. But then it's like, I'm bringing these people in to create a change in their life. Why would I not invite them to the business part of it too? That has changed my life immensely. I didn't come in as a challenger. I came in for the business side of it. So, if I find that I'm doing something in my challenge group that helps convert people more, I'll share that. And I want you guys to do the same. But I'm going to recap again because I don't feel like I recapped effectively the first time. But creating a vision for your business and for your team, creating your list of people, and then having that solid roadmap. That's, your homework for when we meet again. So when we come back, I want everyone to share their vision. I want to see, and you can post them in Inspired Belief too. Here's my roadmap. Here's my list of people. And then we're going to start crafting and sharing business posts, and we can run sneak peeks together as a group. And I don't want it to just be like me and Danielle running a sneak peek and you guys adding in, because people need to see you all as the leader. You will be their coach. So you guys running your own sneak peeks, and then, each of us can hop on and run them, simultaneously, but it needs to come from you, because that's when people are going to join your team, not mine and Danielle's team. Does that make sense? Or Stephanie's team, or, Ashley's team, or whatever, How do y'all feel about that?
You may have already mentioned this. I'm at dance, and now there's traffic, so you may not hear me. But did you mention Success Club? Because we need to hit Success Club for July in order to get these bonuses. Yes.
Success Club is always the cornerstone of our business. Lindsay did a really good call in our PS group the other day, and I've been trying to recreate it, but here's a good enough time. All right, Success Club seems to be that dead horse that we just keep beating, especially if you have been here for a while. And it may have even taken a turn to where you're irritated by the word Success Club, or you're irritated by seeing these leaderboards. I think that Success Club has, just like Diamond Rank, lost its true meaning along the way. I feel like sometimes it may be one of those things that makes you feel more defeated than empowered. But one of the things that she was talking about is Success Club is not about those leaderboards. Success Club is not about the trips. It's not about the cool stuff that they send us every month. I think it got focused on that, but and maybe the reason that people feel so frustrated or defeated by it. But what she was saying is, like, let's go back to for real what Success Club is. Our whole mission in this business is to help people, lead healthy, fulfilling lives. And the way that we do that is by connecting someone with a challenge pack. We are providing them with the tools for success, and not just selling it to them, but actually helping them create success with it. So, if our business is helping people, not why we're in business, but what we do as coaches is helping people, then Success Club is just the way to monitor how many people you're actually helping. And not to say that, if someone just gets a fitness program, you're not going to help them. You are, but we know that nutrition is a huge part of it. So Shakeology is a huge part of it. It's that missing link that a lot of people need in order to be successful. So Success Club is a way to monitor how many people you're actually helping. It's also a way to monitor your movement forward in the business by connecting people, 3 people a month. You're bringing in 3 people that can potentially be advocates for the business, for the products, and therefore coaches for your business. That's business growth. If you're bringing in 3 people every month, that's also income. And then it's also residual income because it's an HD order, but only if you're doing the whole point of it and actually helping them reach, helping them be successful and get the results that they want with this product that they bought. We also know that, not every person that you want to help and who buys the challenge pack is actually going to keep going every month. And that's why you constantly are bringing in new people, because, your residual income is based off of that continuous order. And if someone falls off, instead of trying to drag them along, just bring in the next person who is willing. We are here to help the willing. And if they're not willing, then you can't really help them. So find that next new willing person who is. And that's what Success Club is. It's, we do the leaderboards and stuff because recognition is a vital behavior, and some people thrive off of that. But I don't ever want it to be something that makes you feel inadequate or less than or defeated. I want that to be something that's important to you, because that's how you measure how many people you're helping. Does that make sense? Yeah. Who feels happy with Success Club? Like, Success Club is not a big deal. It's something that's important to me. I make Success Club because I know that that's what my business needs. All right. Who feels frustrated and angry and defeated by Success Club sometimes? Be honest. Yeah. Yeah. And I think for so long, it became something that it wasn't supposed to be. I want Success Club to be something that you're proud of and that's important to you because of its true meaning and the whole reason it was created. I haven't done a leaderboard in our group in a really long time. Sorry for those who thrive off of recognition. It became something that was time consuming for me, and I felt was more frustrating for others to constantly see all these other people putting up these big numbers and you missing it every month by 1 pack. So I decided to put my time elsewhere and step back from the leaderboards. I don't know if that was the best decision or not. Do you guys feel, those of you who feel frustrated by Success Club, do you feel it's something that you can change the mindset on and get back on board with, or make it into something to measure and mark?
Actually, Courtney, I had a girl quit. We had a girl quit a couple months ago. She hit it every single month. Me and Danielle were so surprised that she quit, but she did. And she said one of her main reasons was because she felt too pressured by Success Club. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if that was a cop-out because she just wanted, easy money to go on to the next thing. Danielle might know who I'm talking about, but I've heard that. That kind of, triggered me to say something, because I have heard that from people.
Right.
I just want to say as well in regards to that. My first 6 months in this business, I didn't hit Success Club because I didn't want to, and I didn't really know what it was. I didn't understand it. And once I made the decision to say, okay, I got to make some money, right? I have to make income, or I can't keep doing this. I said it was going to be a non-negotiable for me every single month. And so, it's all a mindset thing. You have to think of the reason how you became a coach, whoever your sponsor is got 2 points from you, and it has probably changed your life or your health or something, crazy. And that's why you're on this call right now. right? And so you need to keep reminding yourself of that whenever you're, inviting someone to a challenge group, and you're helping them change your life, and what an incredible opportunity you have, whether it's for the income or just the challenger side. It all comes down to you believing in this opportunity. I really 100% believe that.
Yes.
I agree. I just wonder what you do with like people like that say they feel pressured by it. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like Danielle as a coach has completely taught me that is important. And while I haven't hit it in a very long time, I know that it's important and valuable to this business. But what do you tell people that say, oh, I don't think I can do this because Success Club makes me feel too pressured?
I would take it back to there again, what do they want from the business? Like, what I feel like, and I could be totally off on this, there are two reasons people get started in this business: money and helping people. Like, honestly, is there anything in between that? Not really. It's either they want to help people or they want to make money. And money falls into, I want to bring my husband home from work. I need to pay off these bills. I need to, travel. Like, that is all money. And then the other people who don't really know their why, but they just really want to help people. And that's it. And Success Club does both of those things. And so I would kind of take it back to that. Like, if they feel pressured about Success Club, well, then don't think about it as Success Club. Think about it as my income. This is how I build income, or this is how I help people. The same thing that, when you brought them in, so she probably bought a challenge pack from you when she came in. Like, okay, well, you bought a challenge pack and I got 2 points. And that was a marker for me to say, hey, I just earned income, which is what I want from my business. And hey, I just helped somebody, which is what I want from my business. So that's what Success Club is. It's not, the leaderboards and the points and all of that. Watch all that and let's focus on what it truly is, which is what you want from your business: income and helping somebody. And if, 6 people just buy the 21-day fix and not the programs, all right, you're still helping somebody and you got a little bit of income. But what happens down the road when, it's just not the full package? You know what I mean? I
want to bounce off of that, if you don't mind, off of what you're saying. Can you hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Just a little different twist about it is when I first started, I knew about Success Club, but I wasn't focused on that. My main focus was, this has ultimately changed my life, and I've got to spread it and share it with everybody, and I just did that. But for myself, like now, and I know this now because I have hit it every single month as a coach, now I have become to where I put that pressure on myself. Like, I feel like I can't relax or lay back and really truly get to the real meaning of the way I was in the beginning phase, because I've wrapped myself up into the Success Club, of the trips, of the stuff and all that. And so what you just said is so true. Like, I'm really trying to get my mindset onto that, because it's easy. It's easy, to put that pressure on yourself and saying, okay, well, I've done this every single solitary month as a coach, but I feel like I've gotten out of that. I've gotten out of the real reason behind it, not to help people and look at it the way that you were just explaining it, versus, oh, well, you've got to hit Success Club because you get all this nice stuff and the trips, and which, that's my thing. I love that. I love being with everybody. But like I said, I just wanted to bounce off to say, because it's so easy to put that pressure on yourself and get in that mindset of, well, it's the points versus people's lives. So hope that helps.
Yeah. And that's why I want to focus more on creating that vision for our business and using Success Club to back that up. like I said, my vision is, breeding this team of women who want to bring in more women so that they can all feel more confident in who they are. And that it does go back to Success Club, because how am I going to do that? I'm going to do it through health and fitness. And I'm going to connect everybody with the tools that work, which is Shakeology, their nutritional part, and a fitness program. And that's it. If I am not connecting people with the tools that I know work, then I am not doing the actions that's going to fuel the vision for my team. Is that helpful at all? Or are you just like, oh, still over it?
No, that did help.
Well, and Ashley, I know sometimes people compare, and that's what I would say to some of those coaches is don't compare, because, everybody has a different situation. And for me, Success Club is like my job. If we were told at a job that if you don't help 3 people this month, like if you worked at a cell phone store and they told you have to sell 3 cell phones this month or you're going to get fired, you would sell 3 cell phones that month. So, my thing is, if you're doing the vital behaviors day in and day out, you're going to hit Success Club. So you just have to, I think we really need to look at it as, it's kind of a vital behavior. It's part of our business. So, and I'm not saying that there haven't been months where I've been sitting at 4 on the 30th. There have. But and now my Southern accent's coming back. Stephanie just talked. But yeah, my biggest thing is, it's helping 3 people, and it's part of our business, and it's moving your business forward. And like what Courtney's saying with our vision, like my team name is Journey to Freedom, which that is being free from obesity, free from debt, and free to live life how you design it. And, all that goes back to Success Club. Like I'm helping people into obesity by, a challenge pack. I'm helping them, helping my family be debt free by helping others. So, I think it all goes back to vision, like you're saying, Court.
Since we're talking about team names, we're Inspired Belief, but I don't think I've ever really talked about where that name came from or how it came. Before I even started this business, I had zero belief in myself that I would ever create or do anything worthwhile or lasting, because everything I'd ever done in my life fell to shit after not very long. All my fault, all on my shoulders, self-sabotager. So when I started this business, I had zero belief that it was going to happen. I didn't actually start believing in myself until I became a Diamond coach. All year long, I worked, I did the business, I did, the vital behaviors. I never hit Success Club, maybe once or twice. Didn't understand it, didn't know what it was, didn't know it was important, didn't know it helped Lindsay's team at all, didn't have a clue. And then I went Diamond at 1 year. And then that's when I started to believe in myself, because it was like, okay, I just did this for a year, just like I said I would. And I grew a team, and now I'm a Diamond coach. And that's when I started to believe in myself. And that's when I created the team name Inspired Belief, because Lindsay had to inspire a belief in myself before I could go anywhere with this business. And so I said that that's what I was going to do every single day until the end of time, I suppose. I don't know if there's a retirement plan in this job, but I'm going to inspire a belief in someone else every single day. That's my job. That's my team. That's my vision. That's what I do. I inspire a belief in people every single day. And so that's it. And that is my vision. And the belief was inspired in me because I committed to my health and fitness so that I could grow this business. And so that's it. That's my vision. And my job, all the rest of it just kind of falls into place because that is the core of my existence. Is that helpful when it goes to, you guys trying to create a vision for your team? Because it goes back to that old you. Everybody that you're going to be talking to and bringing into this business is going to be that old you that needs someone like the new you. So anytime I make a post and it's heartfelt or it's motivating or whatever, I'm not speaking to anyone but my old self. That old broken girl who didn't think that she deserved happiness, love, or anything good in life. So if that is helpful with, creating your avatars, making your post, sharing your heart, speak to that old broken you that needs the new you.
And yeah, that's exactly what I do. That's why, like you said, the avatar is so important, because it's you. It's you, And I also want to just touch on consistency, because I think that's the number one failure in this business. People think that, you can invite for a week and hit Success Club, and then you don't have to invite until the next month. And that's so wrong. Like, I'm sitting at Success Club 12 right now, and I'm still inviting, and I think that's important to remember, that you have to be consistent. Take the weekends off, do whatever you want if that's what you want to do. But you every single day, whether it's 5 people, 10 people, or whatever, you just have to be consistent with inviting and with, doing what we all know we should be doing. I just find it, a lot of my coaches that I talk to, like, yeah, I invited 3 people today. Well, that's great. But now you got to keep it up forever,
Yep. And that, it can seem daunting or whatever. And that's one of my biggest contributors to my business, has just been consistency over the last 5 years. No matter what I have going in my life, I am still doing my vital behaviors. Every pregnancy, every vacation, every fight with my husband, everything. I never put my business on the back burner because of what I've got going on in my life, because my business is now 100% a part of my life all the time. I talked to somebody the other day and about joining a Team Cup, and she was like, well, I've kind of just been enjoying the summer, so I'm not actively seeking new customers. And I was like, can I ask why? She goes, well, I just didn't have the time. I was like, are you kidding me? Have you seen what I've done over the last month? I've been all over God's creation, and I never put my business to the back burner. Never once. I was still answering messages behind the stage. As soon as I came off the stage from prelims, I walked around to the back. I picked up my phone. I had a message from a girl, and I responded right then. And she was like, aren't you at your pageant? I was like, yeah, I'm just waiting to go back on stage. What's up? I never once put my business on the back burner, because my business is what drives me. And maybe not everybody's like me. Maybe not ever, maybe you guys have lives outside your business, but I don't. And I don't want to not do my job, because it makes me feel good about myself, because I am a totally different person because of this. So if enjoying my summer becomes more important than my core existence, then there's a problem. All right, I'm going to move off of that. So be consistent is what I'm saying. Yeah, honey, cut me. I bleed blue, big time. Be consistent. Yes, you're allowed to have things in your life. No, snooze. Yes, you're going to have hard times in your life. There are going to be things that come up in your life, and there's going to be days when you need to step back, and that is understandable. Days, not weeks, not months. When you disappear on your customers and your market, that kills your integrity, and then you're having to start all over again. Consistency doesn't mean all day, every single day, but it means majority of the time. I take Sundays off. Not a big deal. I didn't post a single thing yesterday, I don't think. I was on the lake with my family. That doesn't mean I'm inconsistent, because I showed right back up today, and I'll be here tomorrow, and I may take off Wednesday, but then I'll be back on Thursday. You know what I mean? Just staying present and staying relevant is consistency. Not perfection. There is no perfect. You just have to be relevant, and you have to be dedicated. I didn't want this to turn into a teaching, a finger shaking, because that's not what this is. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to stop. I always feel like I'm like finger shaking. I don't know if it's like, I feel like my passion turns into finger shaking or whatever, or it may be perceived that way, and it's not. It's just I get passionate about it. I love this job. I do. And there's a part of me that felt really bad at the beginning of the year because I did flake out a little bit. I mean, I still showed up for my challengers. I'm still running a challenge group. I have never not run a challenge group, ever. When I signed up as a coach, I'd never even been in a challenge group. I was 6 months pregnant, never been in a challenge group. I started a challenge group. Tracy knew more than I did in my challenge group. I was telling people to eat peanut butter all the time. I told one girl that K-Rose syrup was clean eating because it only had one ingredient, corn. I had a clue what I was doing. I drew abs on my pregnant belly because I wanted to be a part of my challenge group so bad. From day one, and I have never stopped. So I guess it just blows my mind when people say they need a break or had to step back or whatever. I don't know. Because I mean, through everything, I've stuck around because I love it, because I need it. I need it so that I can continue to be who I am. Because I feel like if I ever become disconnected from this job, I'll turn into the old me. And that is not somebody I want to go back to. Can I get an Amy? Like, are y'all that passionate about your jobs? Is like, do you feel it? Yeah? I don't know.
I mean, I was, yesterday we went to the Springs and I was sitting there answering message through voice message on Facebook, and I was on the boat and a challenger called me and wanted to order, and I sat there and talked, not saying that you have to do that, but for me, it's something that I love, and I did it. I mean, I was off enjoying the day with my family, but I was also able to work while we had the car drive. Like that's something so unique that not many people can say that they can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We were working, both of us were working like when we were walking around New Orleans doing what me and Courtney were doing in New Orleans. I mean, we were working, and what was it, like 2 a.m.? I'm like, I just sold a challenge pack, and Courtney's like, shut up. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's just having that passion and dedication. I think the dedication and consistency is a huge thing, and seeing the vision of what it can do for your family, even if you're not there yet,
And I don't want you all to think that you have to work your business 24/7. Be respectful of your family and set business hours and things like that. But I want you guys to be so in love with the possibility of this business and what is happening with it that you don't want to not work. Does that make sense? So, okay, well, I don't know how long we've been on. Has it been an hour? I don't even know what time it is. What time is it?
It's 7.
Okay, so we've been on for an hour then. All right, so to be respectful of everyone's time, we're going to hop off unless anybody else has anything to add or say or... Nope, we're good. All right. Monday's good for you guys. I mean, it may not happen every Monday, but I want us to stay connected. I want us to tune in. I will post all those slides that I said that I would post. I want you guys to work on your avatars, your specific avatars, not ambiguous avatars. Work on your vision and work on your diamond roadmap, which is your list of people and your dots. And I will post all of those things so that you guys can have them. I enjoyed this. Yep. Okay. And I recorded it. All right. Okay. Unless anybody has anything else, meeting is adjourned.
Bye, guys.
Go ahead, Michelle. Say it, Michelle.
I just wanted to say thanks for making the time. Really do appreciate it. And coming from someone who has had that passion, has been 100% in, has done month after month after month after month of absolute consistency and absolutely hitting Success Club and then hitting a brick wall emotionally and physically and climbing back. I just want to say that when people don't show you that passion, it doesn't mean they don't want it back. if you have people on your team who are facing anything, if they're not showing that, it doesn't mean it's not inside them. It doesn't mean they won't be back. It doesn't mean they can't. But I know the passion you're talking about. I know that fire. I had it, and it is coming back. So just know that. I know that there are a lot of people who have had some issues and have dropped, and will come back in the right time. And that's one of the beautiful things about this business, is it can be that for absolutely anybody. So I'm already crafting my comeback story for my national wake-up call someday. So
Yes.
it's going to be my big message. Danielle knows. I told you that a long time ago. That'll be my message, is how to come back from major setbacks. So anyway,
I love it.
just keep that in mind. Don't think too poorly of us who lost that consistency at some point.
Just to piggyback a little bit off of Michelle, it's not really about the lack of passion. It's just getting other people to understand it. And getting it written is not as easy for some people as it is for others. And having that support system, well, it's not important for some people. It is important. So it makes it difficult. It doesn't mean that you're not passionate about it, but it can be hard sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I'm proud of you. You have been here day one. You've never given up. Look, I mean, you're still here. And that is huge.
Lisa is probably one of the most dedicated coaches I have. I mean, whenever she was working, she would wake up at 4 a.m. and work out. Like, what human does that? And she shows up every single call, every single event, every single everything. Like, she shows up, and I think that is what's important. It's hard to not have a support system, and you and I have talked about this a lot, and it's hard. But I think everything you're doing, you're doing it right. It makes me want to cry.
I know. I want to reach in and virtual hug. We're going to figure it out.
And speaking of vision and stuff, have you guys, I would love if you could share your vision with your spouse, or whoever the closest person is to you if you don't have that. Share that vision, because I remember that's what I did, and he thought I was crazy, and he was like, whatever. But I did it anyways, and I think it's important to just kind of to share that, share that with the people that it involves. If it involves your kids or your spouse or whoever, include them in that and share that with them. And you can even say, I know you're crazy, or, I know you think that I'm crazy, but listen, this is what's going to happen. And I just want you to be able to support me in that. You don't have to do what I do. Jeremy would never coach. He never, ever. And that's okay. But he'll support me.
See, I don't want you guys to feel, we're going to stop recording on this one.